Breaking news. In the Czech Republic, local Roma were encouraged to turn on Ukrainian refugees. Protests against Ukrainian refugees in the Czech Republic flare up after one of their own is suspected of murdering a Roma man. On June 10 in the Czech Republic, a Roma man named Nicholas Durda was fatally stabbed while riding a tram to a lake outside of Brno to watch fireworks. The murder sparked widespread outrage among the country's 250,000 Roma population, out of a total population of 10.5 million. Without official confirmation, the media immediately blamed a Ukrainian national for the murder. A string of confrontations has ensued, fueled by rumors and false accusations of additional criminal activity. The Czech Republic has taken in roughly 350,000 Ukrainian refugees since Russian President Vladimir Putin launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 2022, and the country's Roma population is clashing with those refugees. Since the Roma community is also a victim of this system, activists and government officials have argued that collective guilt should be rejected. Have we already forgotten about the marches against the Roma? In an open letter to the Roma population, Government Commissioner Lucy Fukova posed this question. However, the level of tension has only increased. Some members of the Roma population have become radicalized because they believe that social housing, benefits, and school places that should go to Roma are being given to Ukrainian refugees instead. Strong stories. Because of the unrest, Prague has taken decisive measures. Fukova told Al Jazeera that a government working group has been established to address prejudicial violence, because of the urgency and delicacy of the current escalation. She does, however, concede that enduring racial discrimination is a primary cause of radicalization among some members of the Roma minority. Some progress has been made in recent years, but the majority of Czechs are still willing to report, PDF in Czech, their contempt for Roma. Many Roma live in deplorable ghettos because of the profound racism that keeps them there and that leads to discrimination in housing, education, and employment. These persistent problems have given credence to the populist political opposition's argument that funding aid to Ukrainian refugees is at the expense of natives. Some Roma resent feeling weaker than the Ukrainians because refugees are generally perceived as a more vulnerable community, says Markéta Kochmanova, an expert on radicalization at Prague's Charles University. Ukrainians, a minority in the Czech Republic that once numbered in the tens of thousands, have long been stigmatized by locals. However, over the past 18 months, they have grown into a sizable group and garnered considerable media coverage. Extreme Roma activists and online influencers have seized on the resulting unrest. Some people, like David Meze, have helped fuel the fire by spreading false information about Ukrainian immigrants carrying knives and demanding to be sent back. According to Miroslav Broz, a veteran Roma rights campaigner from the non-governmental organization Connects, these numbers have a huge impact among the most economically deprived sections of the Roma community, who are also the most vulnerable to radicalization in mainstream Czech society. Influences from without. However, nationalist right-wing and anti-system extremists have sought to exploit the situation, as have hatemongers within the Roma communities themselves. These groups have been spreading their anti-Roma rhetoric for a long time. However, they've apparently decided that Ukrainian refugees are an easier target for the time being, and so they've joined the bandwagon in an attempt to promote radicalization. Senator Jana Zwartek-Hamplova, who earlier this year advocated for segregated schools for Roma children, has expressed her support for the demonstrations. There have been instances of mob violence at Roma events involving other extremist activists.